We're going to do this a second time with the microphone turned on. I think it's going to work out better for us. Our word of the week this week is not a word at all, but it's an interesting choice of mood and tense in Luke chapter 19, verse 40. So Luke 19:40 is unique to the Gospels in Luke's account of the triumphal entry when Jesus approached Jerusalem to begin the Passion at the culmination of his earthly ministry. So Luke includes a nugget that no one else does. But before we do that, let's look at the context. We'll start out with verse 37 and we'll immediately go into 38 and 39 from the ESV. As he was drawing near, already on the way down the Mount of Olives, the whole multitude of his disciples began to rejoice and praise God with a loud voice for all the mighty works that they had seen, saying, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord, peace in heaven and glory in the highest." And some of the Pharisees in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, rebuke your disciples." Why did they say that? Because the disciples of Jesus were applying messianic prophecies, messianic texts to Jesus, and the Pharisees couldn't have that. They couldn't accept the notion that Jesus, this guy from Nowhereville, from Nazareth, could possibly be the long-awaited Messiah, the son of David, the messianic king for whom they'd been waiting. That brings us to our text of interest, verse 40, which says, "He answered, 'I tell you, if these were silent, the very stones would cry out.'" Now, this is a very simple statement, but it's constructed in a sophisticated and complex way. Let's take a look at the statement in Koine. Lego humein, so this is Jesus saying to them, "I say to you," lego, I say, humein, you plural, to you plural. And then we get hoti. Hoti is either that or it's quotation marks. It's introducing to us what Jesus said to them. And that's how we'll treat it here. "I say to you, aeon, if, hutoi, these ones, siopesusin, shall remain silent, hoilithoi, the stones, kroxusin, shall cry out." Now we need to break some things down here. Aeon normally introduces a third-class condition. And the third-class condition is like a hypothetical, or it's talking about a possibility or a probability, and relies on a verb in the subjunctive mood, the mood of possibility and probability. If Luke's account had Jesus speaking a third-class condition with a subjunctive verb, it would be if these should remain silent, or if these might remain silent, or if these may remain silent. Hypothetical, talking about a possibility. Yeah, if they were to remain silent, if they should or might remain silent, then the stones would cry out. But that's not the choice, that's not the verb choice that Luke gives us in the words of Jesus. He gives us siopesusin, which is a future active indicative third person plural. If we just take that verb by itself, it would say, they shall remain silent. So it's being modified by hutoi, these. So we have, if these shall remain silent. Not should remain silent, not might remain silent, not could, would, may, not in the realm of possibility or hypothetical. If these shall remain silent, if these do not speak, then we get the rest. Hoilithoi, the stones. Kroxusin, also future active indicative, third person plural. The stones shall cry out. There's no might or may about this. There's no probability or possibility about this by choosing to use verbs in the indicative mood, the mood that gives us, that indicates reality, indicative, that tells us statements of fact. This verb choice subverts the third class condition and makes it much, much stronger. If these shall remain silent, the stones shall cry out. This is how it is. Either they say it or the stones shall say it. That's the only two options, because the messianic proclamation is appropriate in this context, is what Luke has Jesus tell the objecting Pharisees to those statements. Magnificent. Not might, not may, shall. This is an allusion to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 11. Go to your Old Testament and take a look at it and see this reference to the very stones crying out. But what matters here is the power of these grammatical choices. By subverting the third class condition, by not using the subjunctive which is expected, by using the future indicative, it's a much, much more powerful statement. If these shall remain silent, the stones shall cry out. Fascinating choice that Luke gives us that the other three gospel writers make no reference to. Awesome, powerful stuff. Hope it was good for you. If it was, please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, leave me some feedback in the comments, and until next time, Charis Kairene Humin, grace and peace to you.